Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. I know I did. It's Monday, April 21st. Let's start this week off strong. Today, we will be talking about paying college athletes. Yes, I know it's a very hot topic right now, so I wanted to address my thoughts and my opinions and why you should think the same. This controversy is constantly changing, and the most recent happened in 2024, where the NCAA made a deal with their power conferences for Division One to allow athletes to be paid directly from their schools. If you need more of a brush up on your history, ESPN has some great articles to read. We are at the point now where athletes can receive full athletic scholarships, make money off their brand deals and sponsorships from their name, image, and likeness, and also get paid directly from their schools. And the problem with that is that many different people have different stances on this topic. Some people believe that the current system of paying college athletes is working well and that they should continue to have this sort of same system, while some people believe that college athletes shouldn't be paid at all and there should be a total change. And then there are others who think there should be some sort of compromise in between. I believe in this sort of middle ground approach, and I'll be talking about my ideas soon. You may be asking, John, why does this need to be addressed? The current system of paying college athletes is negatively impacting all of college sports, and it is only getting worse and worse as years go on. And it is having some real consequences. I'll give you some examples on how it's negatively impacting college sports. Think of March Madness this year. All four of the Final Four teams were all one seeds coming into the tournament: Duke, Florida, Houston, and Auburn. And that's just because they had transfers. These big teams can just go out and find transfers that are outstanding in smaller schools and just incentivize them with money. And they'll just come to their schools and they're going to continue to be good because of that. And that's going to take smaller schools kind of out of the equation here soon. And let's move to the world of football, where the number of athletes that have entered the transfer portal has increased exponentially. This year, over 3,310 athletes have already entered the transfer portal, and it has not closed yet compared to the 800 back in 2021, and that is from NBC Sports. There are millions of dollars at stake here. You also can't forget that some universities are cutting other sports programs in order to pay for these athletes. If your sport doesn't generate enough revenue, your sport could just get cut and your whole program's budget could just be spent on some other athletes. I am a college student. You know what could happen if the system stays how it is? Higher tuition or student fees. There could be less money and cutbacks for academics. And if you're in a public college, people's tax dollars could be going to paying these college athletes. This system needs to be reevaluated now, not only for the good of college sports, but because it affects so many people and because there's so much money in play here. First off, I just want to say I've watched college sports my whole life, and I just want them to remain the incredible gift that they are for fans everywhere. And I think we can all agree on that. I would love to talk directly to the NCAA, but I know that none of them are listening to this. So I'm talking to everyone who wants to see a change in the current system of paying college athletes. I just want to see the sports that I love to watch and talk about in a good place. Yes, I believe that college athletes should be paid, but they need more restrictions. College athletes do undergo a lot of pressure and tolls, both mentally and physically. A company named Charlie Health has a study that says 44% of student athletes report experiencing mental health symptoms on a daily basis. The amount of pressure that they undergo can be overwhelming. And they are also the main reason why the NCAA is making money in the first place. And they should be compensated for generating that revenue. And some of them need the money. A study from the National College Players Association says that 86% of student athletes fall below the poverty line who live off campus. But the way in which the current system is hurting all of college sports. we are losing amateurism and love for the game. Take a look at what basketball analyst Jay Billis said on the Rich Eisen show following the 2024 agreement.
For sure, Rich, amateurism is dead. I think it was dead a long time ago. But they pulled the plug now. It's purely professional sports, and the only thing that differs from the NBA or the NFL is the players have to be enrolled in school. That's it.
Also, listen to Nick Saban, former Alabama head coach, on 24/7 Sports.
All the things that I believed in for all these years, 50 years of coaching, no longer exist in college athletics. All they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you're going to develop them.
It is true. Players are more concerned about how much they're getting paid rather than being developed. It is unfair to the smaller schools because they don't have the money to be paying these top tier athletes. It is so easy for them to just go out and get athletes from smaller schools, and there's nothing the smaller schools can really do, especially because there's little restrictions on the transfer portal. Each side of this debate has very valid points, so that's why I believe that there should be some sort of middle ground approach between the two. And if we can all band together and support one specific stance, I believe that there could be some serious change. There just has to be more regulations. I propose 3 new regulations. Number 1, lower the salary cap. Currently, the salary cap stands at $20.5 million for each sport, for each school. If this could get lowered, it would enable smaller schools to be at less of a disadvantage compared to the bigger schools on the playing field of money. And they would be at less of a disadvantage because the bigger schools would have less money available to incentivize players to just transfer to their schools. Number 2, more transfer portal regulations. If we limit the number of times a player could transfer, because currently they can transfer as many times as they want. If they were limited to 1 or 2 times that they could transfer, it would help the smaller schools, and it could also rebuild some of the loyalty to schools that have been lost due to the current system. And 3, if a player does decide to transfer, I believe that the athlete should have to give a percentage of the money that they made at that program back to that program that they're leaving from. And this would allow smaller schools to make some money back after losing an athlete to another school. Those are my 3 regulations that I think the NCAA should put into effect, and it would improve college sports drastically for the better. I think this is fair to all sides of the conversation, and it is the most beneficial approach for everyone. And those are my thoughts and opinions, and that concludes today's episode. Have a great day, everyone. As always, my sources are in the notes of today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow.